My name's KenUnderkofler, and I've been flying about 4 years, and this is a QuicksilverSport model. For a first-time builder, I would really recommend a kit similar to this, if not this one itself. The instructions are real precise. There was very few mistakes in the instructions, and any mistakes there were fairly easy to figure out. They've got a good support staff at the factory. And this is my second kit to build. I helped build the first kit, and then I've built 2 kits since. And they get easier as you go. I like this model over some of the other aircraft. The older style aircraft don't have ailerons, and this does have ailerons. You can see the ailerons going up and down here. And that gives you a real good crosswind capability. If you have a crosswind of about 15 miles an hour straight across the runway, you can still land the same direction as the runway and keep complete control over the airplane. And some of the older aircraft you have to land directly into the wind, and this is a much better system, I think. The bottom cover on the wing is to clean the airfoil up. Some airplanes have just a top surface fabric, and then the bottom is all open, and it gives it a parachute effect, really. It gives it a whole lot more lift than this has got, but this, since it's got less drag, performs a little better in the air. It'll take off it doesn't take off as good as the Sprint does with the single surface wing, meaning the Sprint will take off in a shorter distance. But the speed and maneuverability of this, I just don't think you can beat it. It's real good. It breaks down in about an hour and 15 minutes, and it'll put back together in about 2 hours with the pre-flight check and everything. The time involved in that, and it also takes 2 people. The time involved in finding someone that wants to come out and watch me fly is kind of prohibitive. So I don't fly much when it's broke down, and every once in a while when I feel like I need to fly a lot, then I'll leave it set up for a while and pay a little rent to keep it out in the hangar, and I'll get that out of my system, and then it'll go back in the garage for a while until I get me an airstrip of my own. I think this airplane would be just fine for a beginner. The skill level that is required to fly this isn't any higher than the skill level required to fly any of the other ultralight type aircraft. With proper instruction, I'm sure a beginner would have no problem, and just a heck of a lot of fun with it. The only differences between this airplane and, say, the Sprint model airplane is your air speeds have to be just a little bit higher in this. The stall speed is a little bit higher, but the controls are real smooth. They're easy. I have a built-in trim system on this where I can fly hands off at any speed I want. There's a little trim tab on the tail that moves up and down and will help me fly either real slow with my hands off the stick or real fast with the hands off the stick, and that makes it real convenient. For short field landings, you'd just be amazed. Taking off is just a matter of giving it throttle and pulling the stick back, and within about 40 or 50 feet it seems like you're off the ground and flying. And landing is real smooth. If you are a competent pilot, there's no reason to bounce or anything. The airplanes are so easy to fly, they're so forgiving that there's just no difficulty in it. Anyone with good hand-eye coordination could fly one of these airplanes without much difficulty, I'm sure. These are a lot of fun, but they're, like a motorcycle. If you ride a motorcycle crazy, you'll get hurt. If you fly one of these crazy, you'll get hurt. If you don't know how to ride, you'll get hurt, and if you don't know how to fly, you'll get hurt. Probably a whole lot worse.